Alright, this is one of the ways or techniques that I polish frets after I level and crown them and stuff. Alright, I've already done these two. You can see it. Like crazy difference and feel. No scratchiness, no weird bend stuff. I'm going to show you how I do it, or at least the one way I do it. It's kind of the fastest way. Again, there's a lot to do about leveling and different sanding and whatever the fuck you want to do about it or explain it. But let me show you. I'm going to use this Floyd Solo Pro 7 for 37mm block. I'm going to use it so you can see what I'm doing. So, a lot of people mask off everything individually, and honestly, it takes way too long. I used to do it forever. Then I just kind of figured out that you can just use 2 pieces of tape at a time and just, you know, do it on the focus of the fret you're working on, so you don't waste a bunch of tape. And you can usually get like 2 or 3 uses between the 2 pieces by moving them over. You flip them around and stuff. Okay. So I'm taking the edge of the tape, you know, going right to the butt. I only press down right there and right there, so I can again lift it up and reuse the tape. I'm using a Mother's mag and aluminum polish. All right, you gotta mix it too, because it separates. And I'm using one of these like foamy little fucking things, you know. A little dab will do ya. And I kind of get it on there a little bit. A lot of it, actually. And you're gonna always waste a lot of this shit, like the, you know, the product itself, but it's all right. So then, get out your handy Dremel. I like the bigger wheels. I can't find any right now. I got some. I don't know where they are. So I'm just going to use the little ones because I've already polished these 2 and I already wasted a whole wheel for it. Because if it gets too black and caked, it's just smearing the black into the metal, you know. It's not good. And sometimes I'll use a low speed, like real low speed or high speed. It all matters what kind of fret it is, if it's nickel or stainless. These are nickel. I haven't refretted this one yet. I'm going to do a low speed around 2. And yeah, you just, you know, get it on there. So, go real light. I mean, I'm not pushing down at all. I'm letting the wheel do the work. You know? So first I do on the top. Couple times I hit the edge and the outside of this, hit the edge of the fret, you know, nice even strokes. And you can see it, I mean, you can't see it from that angle, but you can see it working into the metal itself. You know, hit the edge again right there. Make sure you actually hit the edge and move it over, because you don't want it to like not get that little part on the edge of the fret. You know? See how dark this thing's getting already? Yeah. So then I take the edge of that and I angle it. You know, I use my pinky or my finger to balance it, and I angle it so I can actually shove it right on the tape itself and get the whole fret like that. Let's see, I need to hit that a little bit more. Same thing on the other side. I know you're not going to be able to see this, but you gotta do it. So. Just kind of go over it again. You know, you can see it in the sheen or the shine of the fret wire, where you kind of need to hit it again. And obviously, the dirtier the fret, the more the more the black comes out, and the faster, the more it spits, like everywhere, as well as the size of the wheel or how much polish you're using, you know. I don't know what's going on my phone, but for some reason my fucking thing keeps freezing when I'm making stuff. But yeah, so that was pretty much, I finished it right there at the last end of the video. But when you get your micro cloth, get a nice clean. I already took the excess off, so first I take the excess off the sides, and you know, the fresh polish and whatever it is. I put my finger there, and there, like your nail right on the edge of the, you know, the butt of the fret. And you just take this and you polish it all off, and then, like, I mean, look at that. You know, like, see how that is? And it's not just like a cosmetic thing, you know. It really, you know, it's like having a brake pad, or, you know, brakes in your car, and, you know, like your brake pad's fucking all gunked up and rusty and shit, or you have fresh pads. Like, this is like, oh, like, it's so, and these frets are perfectly crowned and like polished and sanded all the way to 2000, and they're still visibly dull and with, like, you know, slight pitting and defects. What this does is polishes all that out, so you just have, like, it's a almost undescribable experience of playing an instrument with polished frets. Now, with stainless steel, once you perfectly do them, and again, stainless steel frets, that's why companies don't like using them. It's because they're actually hard to work with, and you don't buy expensive tools to, like, crown them and sand them and stuff. I mean, a regular fret file or something, or a regular sandpaper with just a couple strikes of it, and it's ruined. Or like a file, so you gotta get diamond stuff. But now companies are starting to really switch over to stainless steel. I mean, like ESP, LTD, almost everything is stainless steel now. Even Ibanez is starting to do it again. And, like, believe it or not, they used to do stainless steel, not even tell you. Certain models, like high-end and shit. But now they're really doing it again. Like, people are starting to realize, because, I mean, if I pick up a normal guitar with nickel frets, and I play how I play, or, like, tunings I use, and my bending and stuff, I will literally have, like, fret dust on my hands from, like, I'll pick up someone's guitar that doesn't know how to do maintenance or anything. I'll do a couple of bends or pulls and do a dive bomb, and I just got metal and crud all over, and then there's a pit in the fret just because of how, I mean, I don't like crunch stuff, but I mean, you gotta have to have a certain level of strength and dexterity to actually get, you know, sounding like the way you want to, like the solos you hear, you know, copying what you want, or your own sound. But I mean, look at that. It's fucking amazing. Like, hold on, let me show you. I'll take the tape off. It wouldn't surprise me if that's a possibility, if DreamWorks might be using a Nintendo phone. I think some of the more interesting stuff that goes on in the background in the, you know, Universal, it has the Super Mario done. Boom. And again, at the end, I'll go over them again. I mean, you see, like, there's, like, a little bit there. I mean, honestly, that's just the oil on my finger from that, you know. And I also use, a lot of people don't like it, but I've been using it since I was a fucking tween or whatever. Like, when I first got my first electrics, I use this product called JHS Fast Fret. So once I stretch them and, you know, get the guitar right, I use this product. I think I got one around here somewhere. Hold on. They're everywhere, honestly. I got a bunch of them. Come on. Somewhere around here. Oh, yeah, here's one. This one's a dirty one. So it's this. Like, the string company GHS, they make boomers. They made this for forever. And, after everything's stretched and stringed and intonated and like your guitar's set, I actually coat my strings, like, very, very thoroughly, and, like, use my finger and pull under them, and this is like a cleaning and oiling of the strings, and it also oils your frets, so it keeps your strings fresher, crisper, like higher tension, brighter sounding, and I mean, it allows it to not corrode as much. And I did that way before they started making, like, coated strings and stuff. But people don't like it because it's like this greasy thing. But, like, honestly, I can't play a non-greased up guitar. Like, because it's just, like, too much resistance. I mean, that's why I scalp most of my guitars. Because I don't like my finger pad touching wood in between the frets. Like I have a strong grip, but it's also a light grip. It's just perfect enough. Like, and with that oil helps a lot. So because I haven't scalped this, then I might not actually do it. I think I'm just gonna build another 7 full scalp that one. But that oil just really helps, you know. So I'm gonna do that again. But yeah, that's how I do this. One way I do it, and again, some others. Dremel, some masking tape. I like the 2-inch or bigger, you know. I use the little ones sometimes. I mean, if I'm doing a fret leveling, especially if I'm actually using the file, I will fully tape the neck, the fretboard. But a nice tip is you actually take one of these big strips, a thick, strong one, and you tape right on the edge of the fretboard through one piece through the whole neck on each side. But don't stick, like you stick it in the back a little bit, but don't stick it over here, because once you put all that tape over there, like, trust me, after you're using your knife and cutting it and making it perfect and shit, if you don't put those big strips on the side, it's gonna take forever. God damn it, I got to edit all this together. This is pissing me off. It's gonna take forever to pull the tape off. So I do that one strip, so then I can just pull it all off and go, and then all the tape just comes off. Everything. I mean, there might be a couple of pieces, but I mean, it takes about two hours, you know, about 45 minutes, like, to perfectly tape every edge. So when you're doing your leveling and the filing stuff, because like the file will nick your fretboard unless you got it scalped, you know. But like, again, once it's stainless steel, super, like I use the Super Jumbo, like the biggest fret wire they make, and it's stainless and it's scalloped and it's perfectly leveled and everything at that point, you'll never ever have to level your frets again. Even if you use stainless steel strings, it does not wear. These wear. You know, it's just why. That's why I do them, and they sound better. They're brighter. You know, and another thing I do is I actually replace, like, see, bolt-on necks. People don't like them. I think bolt-on necks sound better. I have neck throughs. I have set-in necks. They're the best. But again, it's just a wood screw. And, like, it's a screw, this nice little socket in the back of the neck, you know, and it goes in. This shit wears and it doesn't get tight after a while, especially if you remove your necks. A lot of people never take in their neck off their guitar. I do it all the time, you know, for maintenance, because I'm a fucking guitar tech. But I actually replace these with riveted inserts. So I get stainless steel inserts. I use my, you know, my trusty, you know, mini sizes, and I put a metal insert in here, and then I replace these screws of the same size with a machined, you know, M5 or M4 or whatever. So it's machined, it's perfect in there. It's always, it's tighter and it sounds brighter than anything else. Like, I just recently did it to that bitch. Actually, no, where is she? Yeah, I'm working on her right now. And I'm working on this one. And Cody's one's almost done. And the Alexi's always a work, and my Yngwie is always a work too. I don't know. I got 2 other ones I'm building too. But, oh yeah, check this out. So, this is, I've been using these, Schaller, they're called True Claws. I put them in everything now. So, instead of the spring tree being all on level and shit, that works on this, like, shit, I can't, hold on. Boom. It works on this, like, track, and you just use the same Allen key like that, and it just goes up and down, and it doesn't wiggle or anything. And so that is a big problem, again, with Floyd Rose's coming in and out of tune as well. Your string tree being unbalanced, your springs not being perfect, and it goes on this incline. Like, it's fucking perfect. I put them in everything, man. Like, they're the best. I mean, sure, it's all relative about how, you know, how much you want. If you want a good guitar, or you just want a cool looking guitar. I mean, I want perfect functioning guitars. So yeah, and this is a nickel thing too. So again, that's the ground, and I use like a eyelet under the screw on the bottom. I sand it too, so, and then I actually soldered the eyelet within the groove under that screw. This laying on here. You notice this is all copper too, because this is grounded out, but this is sprayed. This is sprayed conductive. And then boom, yeah, that's the electronics for the EMGs. I'm going to switch this to a passive thing, though, and then put a JE 1000 preamp in it from the 80s, the old Charvels. I've been putting them in everything now, because after I played one, I'm, like, addicted. I'm fucking addicted. Like, you take a passive ceramic pickup and you put the JE in it, so it makes it active, and it has, like, frequency switches and shit. Oh, it just sounds killer. Yeah. And then, yeah. I'm going to put this fucker in there. I'm not going to do the rivets in this today, but I'm going to set this up. And, yeah. Cody's Guitars next.